Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Triggered. I'm your host, Zachary Clark, and you all know my co-host, Adam Furman.
I thought you were going to say that you were the host.
I'm your host. Should have said that beforehand. Could have done a whole bit. No, you just want to drop those while we're live to make me look stupid. Oh, no, Furman.
You mean no ho.
Oh, that's fine. That's nice because we're coming to you live from the very first barracks of the Texas State Militia.
Okay, Santa.
Have you been a good little boy this year? Anyway. Whatever. Shut up. We got a good show for you tonight, folks. Really hope you enjoy it. So sit back, relax, get yourself a ice cold beverage, cold as the North Pole, if you will. And get ready for what's about to happen to you. But I was perusing the internet, as is my wont, prior to the show to get some spicy tales to tell all you folks out there in TV land. And I was just happened to be on Facebook when I saw some new stuff from Scanner Radio.
Never gets old.
Not yet. Center Grandview. Possible break-in in progress. Former tenants broke a back window on a house. QPD en route. QPD I was subject on Grandview Drive. 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Wait a minute. No one broke into that house. The window has been broken and boarded up by a landlord that never fixes any of her properties. Then the psycho next door neighbors that has 50 cameras pointing at the tenant's house that harass her called the cops saying someone was breaking in the house because she's moving. Lol. Stupidity at its finest. Old Lori Coburn here had the inside scoop on what was going down at this place. No reason to believe that she could be in any way biased or a liar. This is truth. What is truth? It's whatever Lori Coburn puts on Facebook, as far as I can tell. There wasn't much on the scanner, but we did have this as well. And I didn't know that this was a thing, but that's kind of weird. From the inbox. Has anyone had a message like this on their iPhone? The police believe someone is trying to track me. They put it on our vehicle at Game Masters on Thursday night, and it followed us home, and that is when I got the alert. It tracked us for several hours through an Apple tag, and the alert came through on the Find My Friends app. And at first I thought, oh wow, I didn't know there were gang stalkers that followed the WCIL Scanner Radio. For those of you who don't know what gang stalking is, you don't want to know. Do you know what gang stalking is, Furman?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Gang stalking is a paranoid person's belief that people around them are surveilling them and following them and stalking them around. And there's always different people. but it's like they're part of a covert operation, and they're gang stalking these Looney Tunes. And so I thought, wow, this person's just freaking out, and likely this is all made up, and it's all in their head, and they're just a crazy schizo. But turns out that there are things called AirTags that you can like hook onto your keychain or your remote control or whatever, and then you can have an app on your iPhone that can then locate that item if it ever goes missing. And now I know, Adam, you never lose any of your stuff. You diligently observe what you refer to as the triple tap to make sure that you have your personal items on your person before you leave a location.
You're correct.
But apparently, Apple saw that these AirTags could be used for nefarious means. And so what they've done is they've programmed iPhones to listen for AirTags that are moving with a particular phone. And if those AirTags that are moving with a phone aren't coded to that person's phone, then that phone will send an alert that there's an AirTag, a covertly placed AirTag on like your car or your person. So if someone tried to track you by slipping an AirTag, magnetic to your bumper or whatever, then Apple would say, "Oh my gosh, someone's following your car," and send you these alerts to your phone, and make the AirTag itself emit sound and things so that you can locate it and identify if you're being tracked. And I thought, well, that's strange. And also, this person is probably in danger. Getting tracked from the game master. Very strange. Some people say that it'll it picks up on their kids one or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know anything about this. It makes me want to get an iPhone though. But then it also makes me think that there's probably non-iPhone affiliated sims of these that you could have like some hacked Android app tracker.
You almost need like a device emitting, like stifling the signal as you're in your car.
Yeah, just get one of those EMP guns you've been raving about.
I don't know. raving about from made up stuff.
Yeah, you want one so bad though.
Correct.
You want to be able to shoot drones out of the sky and stuff.
Yeah, but like, also you would carry around some sort of, orb that would like create a field around you.
A cone of silence.
Yeah.
We're talking like Dune technology.
There you go.
All right, I'm on board with this now. If we can bring Dune to reality.
Sandworms are number one now.
Well, that's how you make the spice. Spoilers, I guess. Anybody who hasn't read Frank Herbert's Dune from what, like 1970 something or other?
I think it was in the '60s. Look at Hank. Have Hank look it up.
Hank, when was Frank Herbert's Dune published?
Is he even paying attention?
Well, not really. 1965.
Yeah.
TV miniseries, feature film, 2 feature films. Dune's been getting a lot of love over the decades. I don't know. I've read the first one in the series, and then it just gets weird.
Yeah, you and I disagree with that, but that's weird.
It gets weird. I started reading the next one. I've never been able to get into them. But I started reading the next one, and then it's like 6 people sitting in a room doing exposition for like 20 pages.
Yeah, it was like the navigator and like the who do they call it? The head of the Bene Gesserit, the
Yeah, they're
Grand,
just
whatever.
conspiracists conspiring.
Yeah, it's the same. It's like the same He does like the same format as Dune. Uh, like that scene is equivalent to like when the Baron is talking to his Mentat, like right away in the original book. He's like, it's exposition and how like, oh, I'm an evil person and I'm doing these bad things, and then Mentat uh, is like, well, how could you even do that when there's this thing? And he's like, oh, you stupid Mentat, I've been thinking out how to do this.
Yeah, if you apply the
Suck
right
the
pressure.
What?
If you apply the right pressure, you can break the conditioning of someone trained in the Sikh school.
Yeah.
Oh, that treacherous. What was his name? Dr. Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name.
It's been half a decade. All I remember is Paul, Jessica.
The Duke Leto Atreides.
Yeah, the Duke.
Duke Leto Atreides, the Mentat Thufir Hawat, and the Duke's concubine and lover, Jessica.
I even forgot like Paul's his concubine. I forgot what her name
Cheney?
is. Is it Cheney?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just read that, so
Yeah, Vice President Cheney.
no. Oh.
And Muad'Dib have a
Oh wait, that's
encounter.
in Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho, Gurney Halleck.
Yeah, like yeah. I got those two confused. I have no clue which is which.
They're
They're both weapons man.
they're basically the same guy.
I thought.
And you Duncan Idaho's character. Well, I don't know, because apparently he comes back as some sort of golem.
Yes, he does.
See, it just gets weird. Oh wait. Breaking news, Adam. No more Dune talk. Breaking news. Announcement made by the governor of Texas. Standing up at a podium, and he says, "As governor of Texas, I am the commander-in-chief of this state's militia." Greg Abbott informed the U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin that the Pentagon's vaccine mandate won't be imposed on National Guard troops in Texas. Dun dun da da da. I think that the governor here, while trying to do a thing, forgot that the federal government nationalized all of the National Guard units back in like the 70s or whatever.
Yeah. I don't think he forgot. I think he's just saying, I'm going to instruct them to not do this.
Yeah.
Nullification. State nullification.
I'm saying that, yeah, that's what he's trying to do, it seems.
That's
But
what Oklahoma did too. They actually, I think they sued. So they're taking it to court.
for the National Guard one, because the president could just say, "That's nice. I will activate this thing, and now they're federal troops, and we're going to stick them all in the arm." And then the governor could sit there and mumble, "But I'm the governor of a state. Blah, 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 blah. Don't vaccinate my guys." Not you guys, Jack. See, and that's why Texas, which I believe it even has one, needs to activate its self-defense force, the state non-National Guard militia, and actively hijack and destroy shipments of COVID vaccine.
Oh, what? Is that possible?
If he was serious about this, of course, you might want to make it look like it was just some sort of dissident
Random warehouse fire?
Oh, you saw that too, did you? I think that was fake, but
Yeah, I think so too.
it was funny. Someone posted a video, and it was like a building was on fire, and they say, "We're 24 hours after Italy announces that it's going to be vaccinating all of its army guys." The warehouse where all the vaccines are stored caught fire. But I don't think it was real. I don't think they really did
I
it.
don't get consolidated that way either.
That's
I
what-
mean, who knows?
That's why I think all these anti-vax people that are very loud on the internet are just full of bunk. Because if they really cared, there wouldn't be a drop of vaccine. I don't know what to tell you. There's not like there's security guards at the doctor's office. You already have to wear a mask, so your identity's concealed. You could just go saunter in there. Those guys aren't going to be able to stop you. In fact, they're most likely inclined to not to, or instructed even not to interfere with people who come in there rabble-rousing.
Probably.
And just take all the vaccine, stomp it on the ground, and leave. Do it again.
Oh.
Do it again. Then
Like,
the governors and stuff and the president will start sending armed guards around, protecting shipments of vaccine and things. See, this is how I know we're not there yet, Adam. This is how I know that these people really don't care that much. But let me tell you my 12-point plan if I were to do it.
okay, OJ.
If I were to become a anti-vax terrorist, this is what I'd do. First, identify the locations of vaccination sites in your locality. It's not hard. They make that widely available to the public so they know where to go. That's where they got the vaccines. 2, you're going to want to do some stakeouts. Find out when people get there, when they leave, when they're open to the public, when there's a lot of people there, when there's not very many people there. And you're going to want to maybe not write this down, but make a mental note. You're not going to want a paper trail. And, I mean, steps 3 through 12 pretty much write themselves at that point. I know, I really don't want to say anymore right now. But, besides all that, frankly, I don't know what it is. They're just living in the world. I've been convinced that, vaccines for the COVID-19 virus is the way to go. I don't know what it is. I was at McDonald's. It was a Big Mac. Supersized them fries. Chomping them down. And I'm like, as soon as I got to eat it, I'm like, you know what? I need to get a booster shot. You can imagine why that could be. Oh, what's this? As the Today Show has reported today. Today Show? This is just today. Is this affiliated with the Today Show? I don't even know. I looked it up to make sure it wasn't just a fake meme, and it actually was reported. So, McDonald's.
Oh, that was real.
It is real.
Oh.
It is 100% real. McDonald's is to use packaging to promote COVID-19 vaccines. The fast food chain is partnering with the White House and encouraging its customers to get vaccinated. So we got a government conspiring with private corporations to promote and propagandize the public into supporting the vaccine. Some people saw through it. This person whose Twitter handle is defund the media, so you know they're unbiased. Says we are entering high-level propaganda, but of course they're not wrong. There is lots of state propaganda going around pushing vaccines, and it's really gotten to me. So regardless of whatever nonsense someone might say about Zach was saying he was going to terrorize vaccine distribution centers and destroy vaccine supplies, hey, no, not me. I've taken the Kool-Aid, my friends. I'm there in Jonestown, and I'm the one that's telling those kids to be quiet as they die.
I'm one of those people. Oh, that's how it happened. And if you wouldn't drink it, you'd be shot. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, that's one of the things that convinced me to drink it. We haven't gotten to that other phase yet, but I would recommend never listening to the audio.
No.
Because it will haunt you for all your days.
Yeah, they've also got some video of it too.
Yeah, I don't want to watch any of that. Children crying. Oof. Nope. Anyway. You can tell it's haunted my dreams. And you know what? We need this propaganda because those filthy conservative Republican MAGAs are the ones that aren't getting the vaccine, that are keeping this pandemic going. But for them, Adam, this would have been well behind us. As Chuck Wendig rails on the Twitter space. Can't wait till this time next year when we're all worried about the Megatron variant of COVID because our daily breakfast boosters only last till dinner now. Meanwhile, right-wing guys are eating gunpowder and monkey chow in order to fight COVID and own the libs. Yeah, sounds based.
I know. It's like it's so out of character because it's like the Freudian slip. Like he knows the truth and he just doesn't want to admit it, and they tried to veil it, but he didn't.
Yeah. Well, under this description, satirical and exaggerated as it is, would you want to be the guy that's diligently getting your breakfast booster shots and not be the gunpowder eating monkey chow guys?
And bro, always being like, return the monk. Oh, return the monkey. Safe in our regiment.
Monkey!
Oh, this is wonderful.
Anyway, Swapna Krishna replies saying, I'm exhausted at the idea of having to get boosters and feel like crap for 3 days every 6 months while people who can be vaccinated but aren't are just going about their daily lives.
She can do the same thing. She can do the same thing. Incredible.
George went ahead and put this comic together.
It's the thing.
It shows a healthy, normal person getting their first jab, and then, oh no, quite sickly, getting their second, drugged to the doctor, dead for the third, wearing a diaper, incontinent with vaccine, while masked and wearing a fishbowl on their head. You aren't fully vaxxed? Don't you want to be healthy like me? implying that, in fact, the vaccine isn't making you healthy. And the vaccine doesn't make you healthy anyway. It's not like people who get vaccinated are more youthful and full of energy or whatever. It just provides you a prophylactic against infection or whatever.
Yeah, man. I mean, take a multivitamin, I guess, if you'd rather want to feel healthy afterwards.
Yeah,
Of course, you're gonna pee most of that stuff out
that's
anyway.
true. You should probably crumple it onto a PB&J sandwich if you really want to try to absorb some more of those.
Or, instead of taking a multivitamin, I don't know, whatever. It's like vitamin B, vitamin D, raw egg.
Apparently, a guy I follow on Twitter, one of the anonymous Craigs, said that you really need to be taking cod liver oil because it's rich in vitamin D and B vitamins and stuff, and it will help fortify you and give you more energy. So obviously, I'm going to pick up some cod liver oil. Start taking it.
Throw it in some milk with some Nesquik, and you're good to go.
Yeah, spoonful of cod liver oil helps the. I don't know how to finish that. Let's see. I did have something. I should have definitely rearranged that. Oh man. But speaking of monkey chow, where are you, monkey? Everyone talking about developing news. No one talking about developing chip strength except Dr. Westgate. Huge problem. And then we have the most based chimpanzee ever.
Look at that hat.
Oh
and
my
the gun.
gosh. Yeah. I believe that is a semi-automatic rifle. It's not loaded though, unless there's one in the chamber.
No magazine.
Nah.
No.
But it was basically this guy's thread on how to develop chimp strength and doing pull-ups. And my favorite tweet in this thread was Phase 3 after BWX 15 plus. With lit cigarette in mouth off tree branch, stop doing BW and do 3 times 7 weighted instead. I think BW means body weight. After body weight times 20, 15 plus with lit cigarette in mouth off tree branch doing pull-ups.
The regiment gets more and more like there's so much more acronyms and stuff, and I'm like, I lost it. I don't know.
It's tough to decipher the jargon. He needed to have a glossary or something.
Also, maybe that was part of the point.
Yeah, I'm forced to believe that it's all just memes at that point.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Have you tried doing monkey bars lately?
Do what?
Monkey bars?
Oh no, I can't. I am much too girthy to hang by my own body weight for more than like 10 seconds. I've been practicing though. I did do dead hangs between sets at the
There you
job.
go. There you go.
But nah, dog. I'm gonna wait until I shred down before I start doing doing pull-ups.
You're going to be transitioning next year.
Yes, I am. I'm going to fully transition starting in January. It's gonna be a whole new me.
So brave.
Thank you. But Adam, it is important, and I want you to remember this. It is important, and this pandemic would have been ended long ago, but for these gunpowder monkey chow eating, redneck nonsense hillbilly MAGA Republican right wingers. Because as we know, if you get vaccinated, the virus wouldn't spread anymore. There'd be no more variants. Nothing would happen.
I don't think that's how the world works, but okay.
Yeah, 100%. Even Twitter's come out and they said because of this dangerous rhetoric preventing people from getting vaccinated and perpetuating the myth of vaccinated spread, we're going to go ahead and censor it. Twitter will now ban users that repeatedly claim vaccinated people can spread COVID.
It's true.
Huh?
That's. Oh wait. I can't say it.
So obviously, if Twitter would definitely not censor the truth. So
They would.
if you claim vaccinated people can spread COVID, you're a filthy misinformation spreading liar who's killing people, literally murdering them with your bare hands, choking the life out of them as they die with mild COVID infection. Unless you're the CDC. Unless you're the CDC, and then you don't get banned when you report that.
Oh wait, I think I saw this. Weren't people reporting this?
If you're fully vaccinated, your risk of infection is lower, but some people can still spread the Delta variant when breakthrough cases of COVID-19 do occur in vaccinated people. Nearly all are avoiding serious illness, hospitalization, or death. So, vaccinated people can spread the coronavirus, according to the CDC. In fact, most of the people turning up with infections of the new Omicron variant had been fully vaxxed. Without getting into some people calling for, I don't think we can consider people with 2 shots fully vaxxed anymore. When are we going to have fully vaxxed be 2 shots and a booster, and a 3rd booster, and a 9th booster, and obviously we'll never be fully vaxxed. Fully vaxxed is now misinformation. Fully vaxxed is a bannable phrase.
Fake.
I don't know. I guess I just don't know what to think anymore. But I do know that the CDC is wrong, obviously, that vaccinated people can spread, because as the Libertarian Party of Texas says, is the CDC perfect? No, they're not perfect. Are they without scandals? No, they're not without scandals. Do they prevent disease? Also no, they do not. They do not prevent disease. They actually don't do anything. They've been pretty much useless, and the government bureaucracy has been nothing but a hindrance to actually fighting the pandemic from the get-go. And continue to be, as I saw in a thread I believe that you sent me just before the show, that some guy's like, here's what we need to do. I got it. I figured it out for you, Joe. Here's the plan.
Yeah, some weird like statisticians and economists and stuff that got it like figured out.
Send every single person in the country, 3 to 4 COVID tests right now. Have everybody in the country test on like the 25th, the 29th, the 3rd, and the 7th. And then the people that test positive quarantine, and then that'll put a break in the thing and stop the spreading and the virusing. Man. What? How? How will you get that many tests? And he's like, whatever, dude. The FDA has been the one that's keeping tests from coming in. There's literally billions and billions of tests out there. They're just not allowed to come in the country because the FDA doesn't say they've been approved for medical uses. And it's probably those fake China tests that give false negatives.
Yeah, no, I discovered that. I was looking at something else and I found that. I was like, well, this seems weird. Like we could create a break in the breakout, collapse or whatever you call it in the break.
It's 2 weeks to stop the spread all over again, though. That's what that whole point was. People forgot because immediately the narrative changed after it's like 2 weeks and the virus is still here, and oh no, we didn't actually do anything except for ruin people's lives for 2 weeks. Hey, I know what would make this better. 12 weeks. Oh.
$1,400.
Did we ever get our Biden bucks? I've even forgotten at this point.
We did, but people are throwing a fit now about the whole student loan stuff.
Oh yes. That's because
He went back on his campaign promises, like we all knew he would.
he has not. He didn't promise that repayment would resume in January. He said that he would forgive the debt at some point. He's got
He's
7 more
gonna-
years in office. Adam.
No.
He
He's
can
got
take your money
another
too.
like 2 years before before old age takes him.
He's got another 12, 13 months before Kamala can take over and then run for 2 full terms after.
No.
Years.
He's got it because he's getting the blood from infant children.
The adrenochrome? Yeah, that stuff will keep you young, they say. They say that the Queen's taking it. They say that Prince Philip was too, but that they had him killed off for political reasons. Finally, after 100 years or whatever it is. Oh. Old Prince Philip. R.I.P. But Adam, it's cool regardless. It's cool regardless because, as we all know, the vaccines are safe. Because if there's anything that I know, it's that if you say anything about the vaccines, even that they can cause different side effects that the CDC says that they can cause, your social media post will be labeled with a could be misinformation tag, and that vaccines are safe and effective against the coronavirus.
Yeah, because like Moderna and Johnson & Johnson and what was the other one? They're all equally as
Pfizer.
safe, right?
They're equally as safe. And AstraZeneca and the China one. I think the Russians got one. There's a lot of different vaccines out there for it now. And I'm sure they're all safe and effective with no side effects at all.
Hey, bud, this is just saline. Just
I'm sure you probably get that done in some parts of Russia.
that's actually the country I was thinking.
That place is wild. I want to visit Russia sometime. Like the nice parts where I won't wake up in a bathtub of ice. So, on the up and up, I think that, there's nothing to worry about. What's this? Pfizer to buy Arena Pharmaceuticals in $6.7 billion deal. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I guess they're just expanding. Well, they've raked in a lot of cash from providing us this miracle drug that prevents anybody from getting sick or spreading or having a bad case of COVID. And now they're using that money to grow and to be able to provide us some more good stuff. Oh, what's this? Oh, this company they're buying specializes in treatments for cardiovascular issues and autoimmune disorders.
Wait a second. It sounds... like French autoimmune, French sounding.
I'm sure it's nothing. I'm moving on. Breaking news, Adam. Breaking news. NBC News reports the Senate is expected to shelve the Build Back Better bill, moving toward aggressively now on voting rights. The
Voting rights.
The Congress needs to secure voting rights because voting, Adam, notoriously denied to folks in this country. All across the land, people are prevented from voting.
Didn't we just talk about... Oh, it's got to be a year ago now. I guess time's just slipping by. Were we talking about people who are like 102 casting their vote? A whole bunch of people who are in their 100s casting votes in Michigan?
People are being denied the right to vote, Adam. Don't deny it, or you'll be labeled misinformation
I don't think
spreading.
that that's true. It's I wasn't even asked for my ID at the thing.
Georgia just passed that restrictive law.
Who? What?
Georgia, it's super restrictive. Don't read it.
Florida? What?
Florida did it. Florida.
What are you? Who did it?
Florida.
I don't know when you're speaking Chinese to me. I don't understand.
They're all the same down there. Florida, Georgia, Georgia, Bama, Alba, Louisiana.
Texarkana.
There you're talking. But they passed super restrictive voting rights, and it particularly discriminated against minority groups, and it was just like Jim Crow all over again. Modern day Jim Crow. And we all know Jim Crow's bad, so we'll call everything Jim Crow that we think's bad.
Gosh, what did that guy do?
Old Jim Crow?
Yeah.
He's the, you know how you hear about racist crows in media?
No. God.
Well, he's the originator of the racist crow trope.
The original Crow?
The original racist crow was Jim Crow.
Oh.
And so that's why we're against Jim Crow.
Who's still alive today?
Oh, yeah. Lurking in the shadows under every bed in every urban center.
On the elm tree or whatever.
Huh?
He's a crow. You said he was a crow.
No, he perpetuated the racist crow stereotype in media. Come on, keep up, Adam. I can't explain. I can't explain everything to you. This isn't educate Adam on the history of racism in America.
I thought you were talking about birds.
I am.
Oh my gosh! Okay. Next thing.
I wonder why these guys are so eager to put in a voting rights bill within the next 6 months or so. I couldn't imagine. Don't know what's coming up. Moving on. You may have heard, but during the one term of President Donald Trump, he appointed radical right-wing judges that skewed the political makeup of the court, the Supreme Court, and many a lower court, allowing them to take such radical actions as potentially overturning Roe v. Wade, the quintessential correct interpretation of the Constitution as containing a grayish penumbra zone that is where our rights derive from, that can override the rational basis deference that is given to Congress and legislatures in every other avenue.
My rights?
You see, Adam, there's a shadowy penumbra that surrounds the articulated, enumerated rights in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. It's implied in the existence of things, and in that penumbra is what your real rights are. And those are the things that, no matter what, the state would have to have absurd justification for preventing you from doing things, such as having a doctor insert tools into your uterus to chop up a fetus.
Chop up.
You would, and then they have the parts chopped up, then suctioned out. This is a fundamental right that you have. It's in the penumbras. It's not in the text. You can't read that anywhere, Adam. There's nothing even remotely close to that in there.
Oh my gosh.
But it is in there. Almost exactly like that. In the penumbras. However, this essential right only extends until the fetus is viable, and then a state may regulate your ability to have this procedure done. So, 22 weeks? Is that
I think actually you were at like 21 now.
The 21 week mark? They've been able to keep babies born at 21 weeks alive. So a state can, under the current precedent in the penumbras, have a justification because of their interest in having a population. Roe is so weird. that interest, as ill-defined as that is, does trump your fundamental right to chop up a fetus inside of your uterus and have it suctioned out piece by piece at the point in time in which it could survive outside of the uterus because of a state's interest in having a growing population. Don't ask me any more about this because it doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I always thought that it was a sort of balancing of the rights of the state's interest in protecting the rights of the human being that is inside of the woman with the woman's own rights.
That's what I...
Hold on. I've been saying a word. I've been saying a word, Adam. I've been saying woman. And of course, I do mean birthing person.
No, okay. Go back to the crows.
Anyway, Elizabeth Warren says that this outrage cannot stand, and she's the latest to sign on to a bill going around to pack the court and add 4 Supreme Court seats, bringing the court from 9 to 13 justices.
Ooh. Yes. Let's do this.
She says, I don't come to this conclusion lightly. I come to this conclusion because I believe that the current court threatens the democratic foundations of our nation by the process under which the Congress or the Constitution envisions Supreme Court justices being appointed. They were appointed, and this process that has appointed them and their appointment threatens the democratic foundations of our nation.
Yes.
How could this be? Really, tell me. I don't know. How that makes any sense at all. Warren.
Rhetoric, it's just my side lost this whole thing, and this is how I can win this thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, obviously, but you don't have to be a liar. You can just say that.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely she's a liar.
We can just say, hey.
Taking infant blood or whatever.
When Trump appointed those people, it made it so that his guys have a say on the court now. We don't like that. We liked it when our guys had a say on the court and got to decide these things. And we wanted to go back that way. So we're going to appoint 4 guys that will agree with us. Boom. All right, I can get what you're saying, but
yeah,
I can see into the future, Adam.
Ooh, can you? You are Paul Atreides.
I've got the gift or curse of prescience, and I have seen what will happen. So does this guy. Interestingly, Republicans also favor expanding the Supreme Court. ... by twice as many justices as the Dems pack it by. What? Hold on. You're saying that we might not always be in power? Oh, 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 oh. Supreme Court twice as big as Congress and 5 times as partisan. Let's go! If the rule is that if you win, you get to do these things to change the makeup so that it's partisan and swayed toward your policy preferences, if that's the rule, which it hasn't been the rule until now, they've always had unwritten agreement basically that said that game of brinksmanship only ends badly for everyone. Let's not do that. People have decided that actually, yes, let's in fact do that. That thing that we haven't done because it's stupid for 250 years or whatever.
Yeah, we came close about 100 years ago, 90 years ago. We came close to it.
Even then, they didn't. But that was because the Supreme Court buckled.
Thing that FDR, unpopular thing to his constituents.
I don't think it would have mattered. I think that that coupled with the fact that the Supreme Court buckled and gave him what he wanted,
right,
made it so that it didn't go down.
I agree, but it was unpopular when he mentioned that.
So many.
There's also complaining about how old they were and how stupid they were and senile, and it's like it's public speech. Look at it.
Yeah.
He talks about how old and senile and how unattached to the common feelings and stuff that they are.
Well, much like Elizabeth Warren, he wasn't willing to come out and just say that he didn't like the way they were deciding things, so he was going to put guys on there who would decide things the way he wanted them. He had to manufacture a pretext for justifying his actions. I don't know. I always thought it was interesting that after he basically broke the court's will like a wild stallion, riding it down to the ground, that they basically just went along with whatever he was doing. Korematsu and everything came after that.
Yeah.
Very interesting. When the Supreme Court takes pragmatic action based on having an authoritarian figure leading the country. It's like they couldn't imagine this because it's happened before, like with Andrew Jackson or whatever. That they had kept ruling against him, and say FDR couldn't just pack the court for whatever reason. You would leave him with a situation where he would just start doing things regardless. Internment the Japanese. That's a no-go. You crazy president trying to inter people. That's bad. That's not allowed under the Constitution. Whatever. And he'd be like, hey, you've made your ruling. Come get him out of the camps, Chief Justice.
Yeah.
And now you have a different situation, right? So I always thought that would be an interesting alternative history. Also probably bad. Resulting in, the entire breakdown of the political process. 90 years before it's actually going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, even random cranks on the Twitter space can see why Elizabeth Warren's plan is stupid. But really nothing hammers home how stupid Elizabeth Warren is, except for being roasted by Elon Musk. Elizabeth Warren tweets out, and this was after Elon was granted the very prestigious honor of being recognized as Time Magazine's Person of the Year. on. I don't know about anything that I said being true in that last statement about being prestigious. I don't know anything about it other than you get your face on a magazine, and then they'll, be like, oh no, it wasn't deserved because reasons, and then it's like, oh no, Trump was on there. Wasn't it the one where there was like that, they photoshopped him on the front with like that migrant girl crying or something like this?
Yeah, and the girl was crying. Yes, because then like the real photos, the girl was crying in like 2014 or something. It was a photograph from 2014 or something weird.
Yeah. Probably should have put Obama on there.
Zing!
Starring Ryan Gosling. Anyway, Elon says, tweeted publicly at the senator, "You remind me of when I was a kid, and my friend's angry mom would just randomly yell at everyone for no reason. Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen."
Oh.
He also tweeted in here, and I don't know if I can find it, that because he's been selling his stock, that he will pay more taxes this year than any American has in the history of this country. And so he's like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've paid so much taxes now, you've got no leg to stand on. I hope that this was part of his strategy, just like trying to shut people up. Be like, what are you saying? I've paid so much taxes, you crazies. Oh, I didn't even see this. There's a funny story. You know Scott Adams, he's basically a whack job, but he's the writer of Dilbert.
Yeah.
Anyway, some guy commented under Elon's thing. He's like, have you considered hiring writers? I mean, if you're going to continue to try to be funny in public, you've got the money, dude. Spend some. And Scott Adams replies to that guy. He's like, speaking as a professional humor writer, I don't think he could find somebody who could do this better than he does it. Elon replies to Scott Adams, I love Dilbert. Use it all the time to illustrate that we're doing something wrong at Tesla SpaceX if it could be a Dilbert cartoon in real life. This happens more often than I'd like. Sigh. Oh, man.
That was good.
Oh, Twitter's amazing, and I can't believe it's free. We've got the Howard Hughes of our day tweeting roasting memes at sitting senators. Oh, how the times they fly. But Adam, what I do know is that it's important to cast down our false idols, cut down the Asherahs, and burn the Baals. Even the ducks know. This is actually, I think it's a goose. And there's a ceramic goose laying on the ground broken as a victorious live goose stands by. And the caption says, destroy false idols.
What is that?
And someone took the picture, put it into paint, and drafted the goose with dark sunglasses on, and he's holding a handgun, and put a pool of blood around the goose statue that was on the ground.
Nice.
Oh, someone made it sad, put it in black and white. And it's a crying Tobey Maguire. And then I came across this. It is a meme, and it's often you see this kind of thing related to Jesus, but it says it would have Jesus and other gods of the ancient world and then talk about how they're the same. This one instead substituted Jesus for Abraham Lincoln. And this says Abe Lincoln, President of the U.S. Mithras, President of Rome. Horus, President of Egypt. Dionysus, President of Thrace. All count Like countless others, all four were born on February 12th. All were lawyers. All lived in a White House. All freed people from slavery. All were visited by wise men. All lacked a middle name. All were frequently called president. All created a secret service. None of them existed. More in common than you might think. And, as I've been telling you lately, Abraham Lincoln? Oh, you must be referring to my good friend Jesus Christ. To subvert the meme and say that actually when people were worshiping Mithras, it was a demonic perversion of actually they were praying to Jesus the whole time. No one gets me. I'm so cool.
You're the guy in the corner.
Yeah, it's true. None of them know.
None of them know I'm so cool.
Oh. All right, kids. Finally. Well, not finally. Adam.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with the world today. I don't know what it is.
Are you living on the edge?
Something wrong with the world today, and this man buying farts in jars. And I really don't know why. They're funding this lady $50K a week buying farts in jars. $50K a week buying farts in jars. $50K a week. 90 Day Fiancé star says, I make $50,000 a week selling my farts in a jar. What the heck? What kind of degenerates? How many jars? How's it even possible? With the knowledge even that a woman farts that much, wouldn't that make it less appealing? And she's just gotta be blasting them out all day.
It's like you got, you have like the documentary. It's like, this is my breakfast and this is my lunch.
Anyway, this gentleman,
Keep going.
Eggnog fan account, just says, all I want for Christmas is for men to do better.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's implying that it's only men who are buying it.
Well, I imagine that they're the majority of the culprits. I'm going on a limb. Well, I don't know if I want to say men, but penis-having individuals.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are buying the farts. I can almost guarantee. Oh, my father has entered the chat and it says, it's a shotgun. I believe that's in reference to the monkey. It looked like, it must have been a semi-auto.
The farts in a jar was a shotgun?
The monkey with the gun.
Oh, the gun.
Semi-auto shotgun. It makes sense. All right, and finally, as usual, we'll wrap up the show tonight with our Ice Cold Fact of the Week. Coming to you straight from Ice T's Twitter feed. Ice Cold Fact. At some point, you may realize that the only hustle some people around you have is you. Ice Cold Fact. And in fact, the title of tonight's episode is You're the Hustle. Got it yet? Everybody is hustling you, Jack. Don't let them play you. Don't let them do it. Anyway, folks, that's our show tonight. Really hope you enjoyed it. Smash like, subscribe, click that bell icon and get alerts for when we go live. Follow us on social media. Our social media accounts are located on the screen below. If you would like to comment on our wonderful show or all the ideas, in fact, get in that. Get in the chat and tell us what you think the biggest hustle you've ever suffered was. Maybe next time we'll put a poll down there and you can click one of 3 options and do something. I'm not doing any of that. Get over it. I have my 8 watchers and I'm happy with that. But, Adam, as always, do you have anything you'd like to talk about here at the end of the show this evening?
Absolutely not. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, I forgot I was going to ask you, are we doing this next week?
I've got Christmas Eve service to go to, so.
All right. Christmas Eve triggered will not be happening, folks. You'll get next week off, too. Our sporadic schedule maybe resumes. Isn't it New Year's Eve on Friday after? We'll have a special New Year's Eve episode of Triggered. Get ready, folks.
Bust out the bubbly.
Get ready. All right, show, folks. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you next time on Triggered.